Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Anisha. I talk everything around astrology and tarot. And today we are going to be talking about new moon that is there in Virgo on the 14th of September. Now this is quite an interesting new moon because new moons are all about new beginnings. They're about new opportunities. They're a time where things get revealed to us, where we can even restart things that may have been stuck. But because we still have Mercury, which is retrograde, and it's also retrograde in Virgo, which is all about health, it's about day-to-day chores, it's about things which may have got left undone. And this time, the retrograde in Virgo, Mercury retrograde in Virgo, may have been putting out a big magnifying glass for us to highlight these issues. Primarily, they will revolve around your health, and they will revolve around mundane things like your staff at home, your pets. It may also have to do for those of you who work from home. So all these things, it's not like a big health scare, but it will be that you've got a seasonal flu, or things are under the weather, or there could be some new development at the same time. Now, new moon in Virgo, and Virgo is all about precision. They're about perfectionism. They're also about attention to detail. And when the new moon comes over here, it's a time where it's a time for us to be revamping our health. It's a time to be relooking at our health regime, what is working, what is not working. It's a time to be looking at the food that we're consuming, maybe taking some extra caution or extra time to read the fine print which is behind the packaged foods, or even I would say the the regular packed food that comes to us. They may have all sorts of trademarks, but it would be worth our while to be checking the ingredient list quite carefully. It's also a time to be evaluating as to exactly what your health and your lifestyle goals are. A great time to be letting go of stuff that you don't need. Good time to be decluttering. Also to be, it's important to have, if you have a goal in front of us as far as our health and our lifestyle is concerned, it just makes things much more easier for us than to work towards it. So worth your while to be looking or going back and again looking at, whether you're saying that I really want to have less furniture at home, or I want to have, I need to be buying less fast fashion clothes. I need to be, maybe just having few items, but they need to be, maybe pure wool or pure fiber clothes, so to speak. Virgo unfortunately has a reputation of being extremely critical. So they can be times that you're feeling quite strong about certain things about yourself. So watch out this tendency for self-criticism. Watch out this tendency that you're not berating yourself. Simply because our bodies do not understand the difference of when we speak about ourselves, whether it's in a disparaging tone or whether we're generally putting ourselves down. So remember or check yourself to not to speak badly about yourself. And that's it. It's equally important not to sort of obsess or over obsess about perfecting yourself, so as far as plastic surgeries go, or even as far as trying to reinvent yourself to a point of perfection is there, so don't starve yourself. Don't try and sort of force your body into a place where it is not comfortable, and that I mean that if your body is the best indicator. If you're hungry, then please eat. Don't sort of keep counting those extra calories. It may just result in some other psychological issue for you. Now I'm going to briefly break up for all the zodiac signs as to how this new moon, September new moon in Virgo is going to be impacting you. Very quickly, Aries, For you, the new moon in Virgo is going to be pushing you to reorganize your priority as far as your space is concerned. It's asking you to take charge overall of your health and your well-being. It's a great time to be setting boundaries for yourself. So take a step back and practice in letting others figure out their path for themselves rather than being always the savior for them. Taurians, you have a full moon which is there in your fellow earth sign, and it's energizing your creative and romantic sector. So wonderful time to be taking care of yourself, wonderful time to be incorporating any of your artistic urges, and also a good time to be reminding yourself that your past does not define you, and your new creative routines can fuel your passions and they can inspire your next journey. Geminians, the new moon in Virgo on the 14th September is a great time for you where you are going to be focusing a lot on family. It's quite a personal and a quiet time for you. You're going to be looking at your roots. You're going to be wanting to sort of step back and not really be in a mood to socialize. And it's also a time for you really to be listening to your heart and listening to what is it that really makes you happy. Cancer, it's about communication. The new moon in Virgo on September 14th. It's a time, where you will notice some hiccups as far as communications is concerned. You must remember that Mercury stays retrograde till about the 20th. So watch your words. Be careful about any kind of communication, especially writing, and also, sharing any information ahead. Leos, this is a time where you are being asked on this new moon in Virgo, 14 September, to be watching your spending cycles. It's a good time to be reminding yourself of your self-worth. Do not judge others and yourself by your own ability to spend. So if there is something that needs to get sorted in you emotionally, Leos, try not to fill it up with material things. And remember, it's a good time to be practicing self-compassion as well. And also avoid sort of hoarding and buying things. Remind yourself that there's enough to make the world go around. Virgos, this is lunation is going to be super transformative for you, and you've pretty much spent a lot of time dealing with whatever revelations that have come about in the entire last year, and it can also be that your certain habits will become more more clear, or they will be more visible to you now. You'll realize maybe there's a habit of constantly procrastinating, or there's a habit of not standing up for yourself. And so pay attention to what is it that you're obsessing about. Pay attention what is it that is really bothering you, and then remind yourself that the biggest commitment is to you yourself, Virgos. Libras, it's a time for you on this new moon in Virgo on 14th September to be unpacking some personal baggage. This is all about your social life. Some of you could be quite obsessive about it, but this lunation is also a time which is going to be reminding you that you need to be seeing the value of running solo, Librans. It's a time to be slowing down. It's time to be understanding and appreciating yourself, and also to be understanding who is it or who all are they that you really want to be in a part of your life. You're evolving, you're growing, you're learning, you're discovering yourself, and also you're shedding a lot along this time. Scorpios, the new moon lunation for you in Virgo is reminding you that it is okay for you to lean on others for support. It's a time where you will find that your group circle is expanding. You will find that that you can show up for your loved ones in an entirely different way. And also it's all right to focus on yourself first. It's okay to pick yourself up first before you sort of look at others. It's also a fabulous time to be chasing ambitious goals. It's a fabulous time to be also sharing your wisdom or your experience with people who are very close to you. Sagittarians, the new moon in Virgo lunation is all about risk taking. It's about putting all your eggs in one basket. For some of you, you are just drastically going to be changing your career. You're just going to be seeing or doing something drastically different with no patience at all. It's a time where you are being asked to protect your energy. You're being asked to have a list of must-haves, and also look at the list of which you can sort of do without. So prioritize and do things absolutely what you love. And it is also a time to be reminding yourself that while building up an empire is about running a marathon, but it is not a sprint. Time to be shedding socially as well, Sagittarians. Capricornians, it's a time of you, the new moon in Virgo is a time for you to be exploring outside your comfort zone. It's a time which is going to be encouraging you to be adopting new philosophies, exploring somewhere new, broaden your horizons. And it's also a time for you to be understanding and accepting that you have nothing to prove. Aquarians, you have radical changes with this new moon in Virgo in September, but the biggest lesson is for you is going to be how to balance your advocacy for others versus self-advocacy. It's all right to be selfish as far as self-care is concerned. Lunation is reminding you that you need to be working on yourself more, Aquarians, and the world problems can go away sooner or later, but eventually you have to live with yourself. So invest some time on improving areas of your life or your mind or your deep psyche that you're not too comfortable or happy with. Pisces, your relationships are going to be highlighted this new moon in Virgo, and Virgo's practical lens is going to be giving you a foresight to separate your relationship from your romanticization of it. And Virgo is your sister sign, and it is that you may have the tendency to help others even at the cost of sort of inconveniencing yourself or even those who who are close to you. And it's a time where this lunation you're being asked to heal your heart and create your own joy within your relationships and beyond. This is a time where you will experience some spiritual guidance, and also your past losses, some of those get healed as well during this time. It's been a pleasure speaking with all of you. I'll be seeing you again soon, and thank you so much for watching.